So, you found an agent that you trust and the home you think you want to live in. What comes next? Writing a contract can be a little bit intimidating because of all of the unusual terminology. Here's a couple of the terms that will come up that you may not be familiar with. First one, usually, is earnest money. What is an earnest money? Well, it's designed for exactly what it sounds, which is to keep you earnest. If you walk away from the contract, typically the seller will get to keep your earnest money. The earnest money is deposited in an account and held until closing, at which time it's credited either against your closing costs or your down payment. So technically you get it back, but that check will be cashed if your offer is accepted. So start setting that money aside. Your real estate agent is going to guide you through the process of writing the contract and discussing which contingencies may be appropriate for your situation. Common contingencies are things like inspection contingency, finance contingency, even a title contingency. And what those are is it gives you an opportunity to either examine a document or inspect the house and potentially exit the deal and get your earnest money back if it's not to your satisfaction. These are really important, so think of a contingency as your protection. Once your offer's been accepted and you've made it through your contingencies, typically the next step in the process is the appraisal. The appraisal is often confused with a tax assessment or the inspection. To keep it clear, think of it this way. The appraisal is for the bank to make sure the house is worth what you're paying for it. The inspection is for you to make sure you're protected in what you're purchasing. And the tax assessment, well, that's for the government, so don't worry about it. Another item that comes up that many people aren't familiar with is title insurance. All it is a formal document that ensures the seller has the right to sell you the property and there'll be no legal roadblocks to your purchase. Very likely, your earnest money was deposited with an escrow company, which is a neutral third party who's there to ensure that the contract is complete, that settlement fees are paid by both parties, and needed documents are recorded. What most people remember about escrow is signing that giant stack of documents at the table, and they think when they're done with that they've closed. But the reality is a few of those things need to be recorded, and then the home is yours.